And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream where I answer your questions about cell phone plans and try to help you get the best deal on both a new plan and possibly even a new phone. So, welcome to the live stream. We've got some wonderful viewers here in the chat already. Breezy Raps 214, welcome. Get Cricket, LOL. Cricket, honestly, a fantastic provider. Mark T, welcome. What's up? We're doing a live stream. It's Monday, even Labor Day. I'm here doing the real work, as it turns out. Big Tank 77. Hello, Stetson Detroit Love. Hello, Big Tank. Great to see you here. We have Mark. Welcome. Great to see you in the chat as well. Travis is here. GM. Good morning, Travis. Where globally are you located? That is my question. It is most certainly the evening where I am right now, but great to see you here as well. VGraphs is here. Google. Not sure what that means, VGraphs, but appreciate you. Mosh and Roll 507. Great to see you. Basile, yo from Houston. Great to see you. Welcome to the chat. Noah. Hey, Stetson, how you doing? I'm doing great. I like your clippy profile picture, throwback to using Microsoft Word. Have not opened that specific application in quite some time now. Scott is here. Hello, hello. Great to see you. We've got Ruben. How's it going, Stetson? Cheers from California. Wow, California sounds like an amazing place right now. Yeah, RIP to the Boost Mobile. Their mobile network is no more. It is true. It is true. Mosh and Roll, I got a great deal on the Boost Infinite Pixel 10 Pro XL. Awesome to hear it. They were doing like $700 off, I think. So that is awesome. Travis, thank you so much for your generosity and support. What do you think of the new T-Mobile business plans? VGraph said they're garbage, but he's just jealous. Well, truth be told, did not realize we had new ones, so let's find out. T-Mobile business plans. Did they do? Whoa, these are new. So if you're new here, welcome. We've got the T-Mobile business plans on the right. They have been updated. Super Mobile, Pro Mobile, Core Mobile. Okay. Interesting names. I'm not against them. Okay, I'm not against them right now. What do we got? So Core Mobile. You were looking at, so how many lines? First of all, we got 6 lines. Let's knock this down. Truth be told, I'm running a one-person business here. Core Mobile, $60 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. Good old T-Mobile going back to the carrier games. What do you get for $60? 5-year price guarantee, which is, I think, more or less worthless because that excludes taxes and fees. And one of the fees is a fee that T-Mobile makes up. So might as well not have a price guarantee, but there you go. Unlimited hotspot with 5 gigabytes high-speed data. This basically means it's 5 gigabytes of hotspot data, right? Like, I'm assuming this is 5 gigs and then unlimited at 6 kilobits per second. I don't know if you have tried 600 kilobit per second hotspot data, but I think it is unusably slow. Then you're getting 50 gigs of premium data. I'm not sure if this is true premium or if it's the fake premium. So let's see. Okay. During congestion, customers on Core Mobile using over 100 gigabytes and Pro Mobile using over 200 gigabytes may notice reduced speed. So it does look like it is premium data. It's interesting that this says 100 gigabytes and this says 50 gigabytes. So not 100% sure what's going on there. Either way, we'll move on. And then this is 5 gigs in Canada and Mexico. Don't think the core plan is a good value. I think you're better off going with probably US Mobile at this price point. Their $44 plan is going to be a much better option there. Let's bump up to Pro Mobile. Now, $80 a month. So what are you getting for the extra 20 bucks? 5-year price guarantee, unlimited hotspot with 200 gigabytes high-speed data. So 200 gigs of hotspot. That is awesome. 200 gigs of premium data. So that is true premium data. So I'm assuming this is priority data then. QCI 6 on the T-Mobile network for those of you tracking QCI values at home. That's not bad. That's actually a substantial amount. Unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigabytes in Canada and Mexico for full flight Wi-Fi sessions and Threat Protect, which I'm assuming is like I don't know, like spam protection, but branded a little bit towards businesses. Interesting, no mention of international roaming in these cards right now. So that's kind of curious to me. This definitely seems a little bit more reasonable, probably more on par with Experience. Gosh, this might even be like Experience More or Experience Beyond. This seems like a much better value plan. Super Mobile. This, I'm assuming, is the best of the best. So all of the benefits of Pro Mobile plus intelligent network performance, seamless satellite coverage, and unlimited premium data, and even more mobile hotspot. So it sounds like they're adding in satellite coverage here. 5-year price guarantee, 300 gigs of hotspot data. Holy smokes, that is crazy. Unlimited premium data, that's like Experience More and Experience Beyond. Actually, very curious to me that the business plan is topping out the Pro Mobile plan, topping out at 200 gigs of premium data. Does that seem weird to you guys? Like a business plan would have less premium data than a consumer plan? That does seem a little odd to me. Then you're getting 5 gigs in Canada and Mexico, the unlimited full flight Wi-Fi. That is nice and can definitely add up if you fly a lot. Usually getting Wi-Fi on one flight one way is $8. So if you do a trip, that's $16. That adds up quite quickly. Threat Protect, you get that nationwide network slice. So I did kind of hear about this. My understanding is T-Mobile is making a dedicated 5G network slice for their business customers on the Super Mobile plan. How does that impact performance? I'm not sure. My assumption would be that improves performance during times when the network is busy. And I honestly have yet to see and hopefully learn more about that. But there you go. Let's see how the prices drop. So 3 lines, 4 lines, going up to, oh, that was interesting. It just 6 lines, you go to $42. That's a good value. $34.21. I mean, for $21, that's actually, that's crazy. I would do that, right? Like, this is cheaper than Mint. Just grab this. Like, yeah, you're only getting 50, either 50 or 100 gigs to be determined. Not sure who wrote this copy, but seems like there's some discrepancies right now. $21 is not bad. That is not bad. But the price goes up. If we do 7 lines, this bumped back up to 43, 35, 22. And then it kind of stays there. Oh, 23, 36, 45. Interesting. And then 10 kind of stays at those rates. Yeah, I mean, I do think these are pretty reasonable. I'm not sure what device promotions they qualify for. And I think if you're considering a plan from a major carrier, you do want to, factor that in. I think if you're getting multiple lines, like in that 6+ range, these prices honestly do seem reasonable to me, right? Like you think of Core Mobile, I'm thinking like Visible Base kind of comparison, or maybe the total bring your own device plan. And for unlimited T-Mobile data, $23 is hard to beat. For Pro Mobile, this seems kind of like that sweet spot. Of course, the classic, good, better, best strategy. 36 line, also very reasonable. I mean, you think US Mobile, like the closest competitor in my mind is US Mobile Unlimited Premium. I think that's the best value T-Mobile Unlimited plan right now. And that's going to be $44 a month if you want to do monthly. And then $32.50 if you want to do the annual option. And this is more features. You miss out, it sounds like to me, on the international options. So no free international roaming, but you're getting Canada and Mexico in there. So not the end of the world. Super Mobile does sound insane. Part of me kind of wants it. And it's also interesting here, T-Mobile's only including T-Satellite in their Super Mobile option. Unclear to me exactly how this would impact network performance with that dedicated network slice. But overall, I do think these are good. I think they're competitive, and I will get them updated on the site probably tomorrow, is what I'd say. But anyway, Travis, I hope that's helpful. What do you think? Oh, there's a Super Mobile that explains it. Let's see. Should we do plans? Business phone plans? Should we just Google it? Nationwide network slice. Boom. Should we do the AI summary? All right, T-Mobile's network slice for business, part of its new Super Mobile service, that's accurate, is a dedicated virtualized network on T-Mobile's 5G advanced network that provides businesses with guaranteed optimized performance, including lower latency and consistent higher speeds, even during peak demand. That's crazy. What's the source here? T-Mobile, RCS Wireless. How does 5G network slicing work? 5G network slicing requires a 5G standalone network. These networks comprise end-to-end 5G hardware infrastructure and software that ties those components together and manages bandwidth and other resources across the network. So it kind of like, yeah, it sounds like they are basically making a virtual network where business customers get access to like this dedicated slice. That's crazy cool. All right, top. Super Mobile. Here we go. I found it. Super Mobile, the best business plan, the best network. Oh man, hurts my soul a little bit seeing this thrown around. They are definitely utilizing their licensing rights. That is what I would say. So a new era is here, introducing Super Mobile, the first and only business plan to combine intelligent performance, built-in security, and seamless satellite coverage to give you the competitive edge. I mean, I'd be curious what businesses actually are able to leverage that, but it seems good. Seems good. Okay, here we go. They do include international. They just didn't mention it. But they don't show their other plans. They just show the other carrier options. Either way. All right, Travis, I hope that's helpful. Let's dive into some other questions. Someone's asking, is it QCI 5? It turns out QCI 5 is reserved for, I think it's voice and other, it's like IMS signaling. So it is just, QCI 5 is voice. It's not going to be data. So that is not what it is. Here we go. Mr. Twister. Stetson, hello. I was wondering if you could help me out. I am tired of Verizon in Douglas, Jefferson County, Colorado. Can you tell me how T-Mobile is in our general area? I hate the Verizon outage. Yes, Verizon did go out. That was a tragedy and very inconvenient. Yeah, let's find out. From my understanding and personal testing, I think T-Mobile's likely very good. So let's just double check for you here. Get some real numbers behind this, behind the gut instinct. So let's say Jefferson County, Colorado. Boom. All right, looking at, oh yeah, we got some numbers behind this. Someone, probably me, has been driving around and collecting data. All right, Jefferson County, Colorado. We're looking at AT&T with the most coverage, Verizon in second, T-Mobile in third. Dish, do we even have Dish? I mean, RIP to Dish. They're basically gone. Oh, sorry, let's get out of here. Bam. Speed-wise, though, check this out. T-Mobile in first, 152.6 megabits per second for the median download speed. That is crazy fast. Second place, we have Verizon. They have rolled out their 5G ultra-wideband network, 91.6 megabits per second for their median download speeds. AT&T, 60.7. You can see AT&T slower in Jefferson County. Also take a look at these reliability scores here. So these are calculated kind of based on the signal strength data we get. T-Mobile getting the highest rated reliability score, then Verizon, and then AT&T. So yeah, Mr. Twister, I would definitely consider T-Mobile. Of course, you don't have to switch immediately. I think one of the pro tips that we have is to consider doing that T-Mobile free trial, especially if your device is unlocked. I imagine if you have Verizon, then your phone is probably automatically unlocked after 60 days, and you can test drive T-Mobile's network. So you just have to download the T-Life app, and you get 30 days to try it out. You can download that as a secondary SIM on your phone and see what cellular data speeds are like. If you wanted to test calling out, you could do that. And I think that's probably the best approach. I would test drive it here first. And then if it works, you can consider doing, one of those deals where, hey, Mint uses T-Mobile. This is kind of a bigger upfront commitment, but you could do the limited time promo, $15 a month, $180 for an unlimited plan. That's awesome. Or US Mobile has their deal going on. I guess this is now Dark Star only, but truth be told, I do think their regular monthly price for unlimited starter is also great on T-Mobile, $25 for 70 gigs. It's not a bad option if you're looking for that. But yeah, I guess this is another project. That's what I would say. I think it's looking really good. Where is Jefferson County? That's my question. Jefferson County. Man. Jefferson County, Colorado. Okay, that's way more south is what I would say. T-Mobile. Bam. Yeah, you can see it's just so fast. It is so fast. I would really try it, is what I would say, and see what's going on. All right, we have another super chat coming in. Diotitus. Curious for your opinion. T-Mobile at my job offers a lifetime 20% discount. Example, the $100 Experience Beyond plan suddenly drops down to just $80 per month for one line, plus $1,000 plus trade-in deals. Is this worth it for a single line, or should I stick with an unlocked phone plus prepaid? This is a fantastic question, and I'm really happy you asked it, because I think I have an answer on hand. So last year, I did a 3-part video series on the cheapest way to upgrade. Where is it? The cheapest way to upgrade your iPhone every 1 year, every 2 years, and every 3 years. And what I found, largely speaking, is if you had 1 or 2 and sometimes 3 lines, it was often cheaper to go with a prepaid carrier and then buy the device outright from the manufacturer. But if you had 4 or more lines, that's where the multi-line discounts would kick in, and going with a major provider that offered $1,000 off discounts could potentially make sense. And so to answer this question with more details, let's take a look. So this is a spreadsheet I've been working on for the cheapest way to get a new Pixel every year. That's right. Google's Pixel 10 is here, and of course want to help Pixel fans figure out what the best deal is and how to get the best value. Now this will pretty much translate over exactly to any other device on, and I have all the carriers here. So we've got options on the left, including doing a trade-in deal directly through Google. This would also be very comparable price-wise to doing a trade-in deal directly through Apple. Some of the numbers get changed around in terms of the total credits and things such as that, but overall, very similar in price. And this is going with a $25 plan. This could be US Mobile. This could be Mint Mobile. This could be Visible Base. Any plan that's $25. We've got Swappa, AT&T Unlimited Starter SL with Next Up Anytime, Extra with Next Up Anytime, Google Trade-In, this time on a $45 prepaid plan. This could be US Mobile Unlimited Premium. This could be Visible Plus Pro, AT&T Unlimited Premium, T-Mobile Experience Beyond, T-Mobile Essentials, the regular AT&T plans without the Next Up Anytime offer. And then we have Verizon Unlimited Welcome, Experience More, Unlimited Plus, and then AT&T Unlimited Premium PL and Verizon Unlimited Ultimate. And what I did for this, so this is a pretty hefty spreadsheet that you can see with a bunch of numbers in it. I thought, like, what numbers would be most helpful to most people? And what I came up with is you probably want to know total trading credits. Like, you're trading in your device. In this case, you're upgrading every year. So you'll be trading in your Pixel 9 Pro XL. And I'm just going to hide this comment for 1 second so you can kind of see the bottom of the sheet here. So we've got Pixel 10 Pro XL on the left. We also have the same exact sheet for the Pixel 10 Pro and the regular Pixel 10 as well. And you can see the estimated trade-in values. So coming from a 9 Pro, I'm estimating, well, Google says they'll give you $600 if you trade it in directly with them. I think if you sell it on Swappa, you'll probably get, so this is like the lowest list price. I think you'll get about $520, assuming it's a good condition phone. And that accounts for the sale price, the selling fees, and all that nonsense. And so Google will give you the most value. And now to answer your question, like, should you go with T-Mobile Experience Beyond, or should you do a prepaid carrier? And it kind of comes down to, like, how often do you want to upgrade? So if you're upgrading every year, right? And what features do you want with your plan? If you want a premium plan, then you're probably looking at a $45 plan and doing a Google trade-in, okay? And this will give you Visible Plus Pro. This will get you US Mobile Unlimited Premium, both exceptional options, great value service, great premium features. Your total credits are going to be $600 up front because you're trading in your Pixel 9 Pro XL and getting a Pixel 10 Pro XL. This would also apply for the iPhone if you like getting the iPhone, right? It'd be the iPhone 16 Pro Max to get the 17 Pro Max. So your upfront cost will be $599. Your monthly cost is just going to be that cost of the plan, $45 a month, taxes and fees included. And your cost per year, you can see $1,139. The Experience Beyond plan, right? This would come out to $1,363.48. But you have a specific question because you're eligible for a 20% discount. So let's go ahead and modify the numbers here. So this is the annual phone cost, and we want, here we go, the plan cost. My estimate is $105.29. Let's just say it's $85. Sorry, I don't think that entered in correctly. Oh, it's because I'm in view only. No worries, no worries. We're going to go and we're going to find the spreadsheet. Actually, we'll just copy and paste it. We'll go to the account that has the edit privileges. We'll find T-Mobile Experience Beyond, and we're going to knock that down to $85, okay? And you can see, did that change? There it is, boom. You can see it updated, $85. Now, with $85, T-Mobile Experience Beyond, $1,120, which is going to be cheaper than Swappa, and it will be cheaper than doing the Google trade-in deal. That is astonishing to me. So let's just, I guess I can, wow, I should have given my other account editing privileges. That's what I would say. Cost per year, sort A to Z. All right, we just updated, we actually have to do, sorry. We have to do lines, and then we have to do cost per year, and that's how you get it to show correctly. Bam. All right, and now you can see, wait, I definitely messed something up. All right, lines, cost per year. Oh, I know, cost per year, and then lines, and then that's it, done. All right, perfect, we rocked it. Thank you for your patience. All right, we got it. T-Mobile Experience Beyond is now in 6th. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, if you like getting a new phone every year, that's honestly not a bad deal, right? Like, and depending on the plan features, you could save yourself quite a bit of money. I guess what, like $150 by doing Swappa, maybe closer to $200 if you get a $25 plan and go with Google. But I mean, T-Mobile Experience Beyond is packed with features. And let's not forget about the perks that you get with T-Mobile Experience Beyond, right? You get your Netflix, you get Apple TV Plus, you get your AAA membership, you get a bunch of other things all bundled in there. Your free in-flight Wi-Fi. I'm going to be honest, I think if I were in your shoes, I would go with T-Mobile Experience Beyond. And even though the phone is locked, and that's, you know, I'm against locked devices. I want all phones to be unlocked. So you, the consumer, have the freedom of choice and can add in international eSIMs when you travel abroad and all that nonsense. But yeah, I think if I'm in your shoes, I would take T-Mobile Experience Beyond with the 20% discount, and I would do the trade-in deal every year. Like, why not? It's marginally more expensive and, in fact, cheaper than a lot of the other options, and it would definitely be cheaper for me with the included perks there. So that's what I would say. Let me check the chat. All right, looking mostly for value, mainly unlimited talk, text, and data to keep things simple. Looking for some good deals on a Z Fold 7 or S25, S26 Ultra. Usually upgrade around every 2 years. Yeah, I mean, if you're upgrading every 2 years, I think you could definitely get away with visible base, or, I mean, do the $25 BYOD. I mean, that's what I would do. $25 BYOD deal for total wireless. Google this every stream. It's so good. Here it is. So if you bring your own device, you will get 50% off savings. It's curious. They used to have the plans here, but yeah, yes, here are the following discounts. Perfect. Boom. So you're paying $30, $25 with auto pay for the mid-tier total 5G unlimited plan. That's probably what I would do. And then, all right, and then you have an unlocked device, and you can upgrade whenever you want. You can do the trade-in deals through Samsung, that kind of deal. Either way, you almost can't go wrong, I think. Yeah, maybe if if you're upgrading less frequently, then you'd probably end up saving a little bit more going with a prepaid carrier around that $25 or $30 price range. So that's what I would say. I think that's what do other people think here? All right, if another question pops up, I'll definitely try and answer it for you. But I think if I'm in your shoes now, like T-Mobile will still be a great deal. If you get a lot of value from the perks, that's worth considering and will help kind of lower that monthly price. But if you're doing Z Fold 7, S25, S26 Ultra every couple of years, I mean, you will save a little bit more money doing the trade-in, probably directly with Samsung, and then going with a $25 or $30 plan. And that's like $200 a year, right? So that adds up pretty quickly, it turns out. So that's what I got. All right. Yeah, so this specific one, we can pull up the iPhone one. Let me do that. And we'll do upgrade your iPhone every 2 years. Perfect. Bam. All right, so this is the iPhone spreadsheet. And again, very similar layout here. You have your lines. Let's actually do the group by lines. Makes my life easier. Dismiss. And you can see the cheapest two options for upgrading your iPhone every year and the cost per year. Let me just move this. Wait, can I move it or no? Probably not. Exit view. Oh, it's because, again, I'm the viewer. Here we go. Let's just throw it here. Why not? Oh, there's a merged cell. All right, let's unmerge this cell. There we go. And let's just do that. Boom. Perfect. All right. Thank you guys for your patience there. So if we group by lines, perfect. Cost per year. So Swappa, $25 plan, ends up being the most affordable because you get more money from Swappa than you do from Apple. Haven't specifically looked at Samsung yet in terms of what their trading credit offers and what you get. But it will likely be very similar to this. And I can zoom in a little bit so it's a little bit easier to read on the stream. Swappa, $614 a year. This is upgrading every 2 years. So iPhone 16 Pro Max, upgrade costs, upgrading every 2 years. Apple trade-in, $650. Swappa, $45 plan, $854. Boost Mobile, infinite access for iPhone. There is Boost Mobile, infinite access for Galaxy, so that could be something to consider potentially. Then you're doing the Apple trade-in, $45 plan. I mean, these are all coming in, let's say $900, rounding up, okay? T-Mobile, this was back when we had T-Mobile Go 5G Plus, the legacy. I have to add in the new experience plans, but we can probably get away with Go 5G Plus. What was I saying for that? $90? I mean, let's bump that down to $80, and we'll see what we get with T-Mobile. Let's do 85 after tax. All right, if we do 85 after tax, you can see that has been updated. We go back. It's still $1,200. I mean, that was also $830 off. So that was what they were doing at the time. So we'll up that to a full 1,000 for you. Boom. All right, 1,120. Is that the same as what we were seeing before? T-Mobile Experience Beyond, 1,120. Yeah, it's basically identical. That's funny to see. That, I think, validates my math is good and my spreadsheets are working. So yeah, even if it's $900, you'll save yourself $220 per year, give or take, maybe $150 to $200, going with like trading in directly with Samsung and then just buying the phone outright from Samsung, or selling your old device on Swappa and then upgrading that way. So I mean, I would probably lean towards doing that because I like that freedom. I like having that unlocked device, the freedom to switch plans or carriers anytime I choose. And then you can kind of stack things. So let's say you're on Total Wireless's plan, and then you see, hey, US Mobile's running their insane promotion right now. I mean, you go to their site, unlimited data starting at $16.60 per month. You're like, boom, let's get the unlimited AT&T plan for $16.60. All of a sudden, you just added to your savings over T-Mobile. And then you can add lines and stuff, and your line stays affordable. I mean, something worth mentioning with T-Mobile, at least on their consumer plans, is when you pick a plan, let's say you signed up for their Super Mobile plan, all lines on the account have to be on that plan, right? There's no mix and match. And so that is another advantage to going with one of these prepaid carriers. So that's what I would consider. That's what I would consider. All right, let's answer some more questions. Stetson, US Mobile is great in my area and great prices. Indeed, they are. Their deal's been fantastic. We have... Is US Mobile better than Xfinity? Doug, I would say it really depends on your needs. US Mobile does have that multi-network option, so you can choose to sign up on either AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon. Your choice based on what network works in your area. Xfinity uses Verizon, so it sounds like Verizon is really good. And honestly, Xfinity's plans are a good value. I don't think they are necessarily like better or worse. They're just a good value, and I don't think they give you a discount on your home internet. So it could be worth looking at your current cell phone bill and then just checking like, hey, I'm going to go to the best phone plan site, see what else I can get, right? And US Mobile's competitive because they're doing $25 for unlimited on AT&T. If you wanted unlimited on Verizon at a great price, you could do either Visible Plus or even the Visible Base plan and go with one of those. And so really, yeah, it comes down to your needs and your usage. If you want a low-cost plan, I mean, Mobile X's $15 plan for 10 gigs is an outstanding value. And so there's some other options you can play around with to really see what might be a good fit for you and your needs. So I hope that's helpful. Here we go. Is Darkstar and Warp on QCI 9 or 8 or 7? So this is referring to US Mobile. They have different QCI levels depending on what plan you sign up for. And so let's just take a look at the website here. We can kind of pull it up. Let me just take care of a couple things here. Cool. All right. Awesome. So for the QCI levels, Darkstar is referring to AT&T. And so if we go to more plan details, we can see Darkstar. That means we're looking at AT&T. And for Darkstar, it depends what plan you get. If you get unlimited starter on Darkstar, then you are going to be on QCI 9, okay? If you get unlimited flex, you're also going to be QCI 9, but there is a QCI 8 add-on. And if you do by the gig, you're going to be QCI 9 by default with that QCI 8 add-on. I think it's $2 a month extra on by the gig, and I think it's $4 a month on unlimited flex. If you get unlimited premium, that's where you're getting the QCI 8 priority data on the AT&T network. In terms of Warp, it's kind of the same thing. QCI 9 on flex, QCI 9 on unlimited starter, and then QCI 9 on by the gig. And I thought there was going to be a QCI 8 add-on available that either is available and is not mentioned in this table or may not be available. But hopefully that is helpful for clarifying what QCI you get on each plan. Basically, unlimited premium is going to give you priority data on both QCI 8, and then the other plans are going to be deprioritized, QCI 9. So I hope that's helpful. All right, let me just see here. We got another super chat. Thank you so much. So the T-Mobile deal would only make sense if I want to upgrade annually then. Yeah, I think so. I think if you like getting the latest and greatest, the T-Mobile deal makes sense. It's not necessarily a bad offer if you take advantage of the perks T-Mobile offers, or T-Mobile has great coverage. It's not necessarily too much more expensive, but I do think if you're really trying to optimize, you're trying to like min max your value here, I think you will save money going with a prepaid plan, upgrading every 2 years, and doing that trade-in deal directly through Samsung, or selling it on Swappa and getting money that way, and then putting the money towards the new device. That's probably what I would consider. And then you get an unlocked phone, and you can kind of do whatever you want and stack on additional savings with some of the deals that go on in the prepaid landscape. All right, we have another super chat. Del Toro, thank you so much for your generosity and support. I really appreciate you. I have a question. I had US Mobile and just moved over to Visible Plus Pro, but I was wondering, is there any other providers with free Apple Watch? There is not. That is a great question. There is not. So just pulling something up right now. It turns out a limited selection of carriers actually support the cellular Apple Watch. And you can find this on Apple's website. And here we go. So if we do Apple Watch, you can see compatible models, Series 10, Series 9, Series 8, Ultra 2, Ultra. And most importantly, you can see supported carriers. So these are the only carriers that support the cellular. Dang, red pockets on here? When did that happen? That support the cellular Apple Watch. So we got Appalachian Wireless, AT&T, Boost Mobile, C Spire, Cellcom Wisconsin, Consumer Cellular, Cricket Wireless, GCI, Metro by T-Mobile, Hextech Wireless. Honestly, haven't heard of them. Red Pocket, I am shocked to see that. Spectrum, T-Mobile, US Cellular, Verizon, Visible, and Xfinity Mobile. And funny enough, US Mobile isn't even listed there. Yeah, that's wild. So no, there are no other providers with free Apple Watch. Actually, yeah, there's no other provider. I was thinking of Google Fi, right? Because if you go to Google's website, and you go to their plans, you can see that their unlimited, actually all of their plans include full connectivity for select smartwatches. But the key word here is select smartwatches. And it turns out that is not an Apple Watch, my friend. That is going to be a Google Pixel Watch, or I believe a Samsung Galaxy Watch. So I believe only Android smartwatches on Google Fi. No other carrier is going to offer the smartwatch for free. You can go with any of the carriers listed here that do support Apple Watch, but outside of Visible with their Plus Pro plan or US Mobile, you're not going to get it for free. You're typically going to be paying for it. So that is the answer. I'm sorry to say. Hopefully that's helpful though. All right, what else we got cooking in the chat here? How's your evening? Evening is good. Doing the live stream, always fun, always great chatting with you guys. I paid too much for AT&T for my question. Okay. I'm not sure how to answer this question, but I hope you're able to switch and get a more affordable deal. Oh no, Verizon just ended their Apple Watch deal 2 days ago. $400 off instead of the full $550 now. $400 off, not necessarily bad. I will say, I will hesitate. My hot take, Blake, is that I don't think people need a cellular plan for their Apple Watch. I think you're better off, again, considering a gently used watch. Or should we find out, right? Let me just, how much does an Apple Watch, let's do Ultra 2. How much does that go for new? Apple Watch Ultra 2 from Apple. Of course, we want that incredibly luxurious satin black. All right, these are going for $800, okay? Let's go to my favorite website of all time. I spend way too much time on here. Apple Watch Ultra 2. Oh, snap. And let's do color. We want black. The satin black matte finish Apple Watch, $454. Let's take a look. Oh my God. This is not good, you guys. I've been thinking about getting an Apple Watch Ultra, dreaming about it. I love the watch faces it has. And man, This is already on sale, $454. So this is basically $400 off. It's an unlocked watch, and you don't need to get the watch plan with it, which I think Verizon charges like $10 or $20 a month extra. Should we actually find that? I think I have that on my site. Let's just go here. Let's go plans. And let's find out how much you'd be adding to your bill. Because even though you're getting $400 off the watch, you are paying significantly more per year. Let's just do Verizon. Oh, maybe, you know what? Let's just do carrier, and we'll do carrier Verizon, because that'll give us all the postpaid stuff. Verizon, boom. Watch. How much is the watch? Okay, $15, $15, $750. So if you were to do a watch add-on on unlimited welcome, or yeah, unlimited welcome, it's going to be $15. So an extra $180 per year, right? Verizon makes up the $400 discount in roughly 2 years. They would easily make it up in the 3 years that you're going to be financing the watch for. The other plans, a little bit better, $7.50 per month. So what is that? Times 12 months, an extra $90 per year. I don't think you need to spend $90 per year on cellular watch service. That's my hot take. Anytime you're traveling and you have it'd be a little weird to hold up a Pixel there, but if you got an iPhone and your watch is connected, everything works. So I would caution against it, but either way, that's my hot take. And don't buy this one, because what if I buy it after the show? I'm kidding, I won't, but what a good site. Anyway, what else we got cooking in the chat today? Del Toro, thank you so much for your generosity and support. I really appreciate you. Best plan you recommend for heavy data usage? How heavy are we talking? Are we talking 100 gigs heavy, 200 gigs heavy, 300 gigs heavy, a terabyte heavy? Comes down to it. I think if you are looking for the best heavy data usage plan, the couple of options that come to my mind are going to be, let's just go plan by plan here. So US Mobile, Unlimited, Starter, Dark Star. If you're looking for the best, and let's also turn off our Verizon filter. The best value unlimited plan on the AT&T network, it is currently US Mobile, Unlimited, Starter, Dark Star, $25 a month, taxes and fees included. Comes with truly unlimited high-speed data, $25 a month. Hard to beat, and 20 gigs of hotspot. Superb value plan. If you're like, yo, I need Verizon coverage, a couple different options. Of course, we have our friends over at Visible doing some incredible work. Let's just turn off the annual pricing right now, and let's focus on monthly, clean it up a little bit. Visible base, $25, awesome plan, awesome value. You can get a better plan from Total with that 50% off promo we talked about. Otherwise, I think Visible Plus, this is probably my favorite option in terms of price and features. It's truly unlimited. It's priority data, unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second. And I think it's going to be like, this is one of the best options on Verizon. Another great one, Total Wireless. Yeah. Another great one is going to be Total 5G Unlimited or Total 5G Plus Unlimited. Again, 50% off when you bring your own device. So that's why you get such a great deal. Unlimited priority as well, 15 gigs of hotspot. If you upgrade to the Total 5G Plus Unlimited, that is going to upgrade you to unlimited hotspot at 5 megabits per second. Maybe some people want that, maybe you don't, and still unlimited priority data, as well as some excellent international roaming as well. And they actually just doubled their international roaming countries from 17 to 30. So really, really great upgrades as well to that plan. Another great option, AT&T, would be Cricket. I mean, I think US Mobile is going to be cheaper, but Cricket, like depending on, if you're hitting a terabyte, I would go with Cricket over US Mobile. And you can do their Smart Unlimited, $45 for unlimited deprioritized. I think that is currently the best value. What am I missing? T-Mobile. Yeah, T-Mobile, it's easily going to be Mint right now. So Mint's offering this promo. Oh yeah, we got rid of the annual. We're going to bring back annual for Mint. $30 a month for their unlimited plan. This is currently $15 for your first year and that gets you truly unlimited high-speed data on T-Mobile. It is deprioritized, but I don't think that matters that much on the T-Mobile network, and 10 gigs of hotspot. If you're like, yo, I need more than this, or I want to pay monthly, that's where you could consider US Mobile Unlimited Premium. And this is going to be on the T-Mobile network, and truly unlimited high-speed data, 5 times more hotspot data, jumping from 10 gigs to 50 gigs, and 720p streaming. Great value plan, superb international features with 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 20 gigabytes of data in 197 countries. So, Del Toro, I hope that is helpful. I think that's probably the lineup of the best value unlimited plans on the different networks there. So that's what I would say. Mark, great to see you in the chat. Thank you so much for your generosity and support as always. I have to go to YouTube to see the sticker. Let's look, guy wearing a baseball cap backwards saying incredible. Yeah, it is. I agree. I completely agree. Mitchell is saying, before you trade in your iPhone, wait until September 9th for the iPhone 17 release date. I would agree with that. YBFFF, Stetson, I bought the iPhone 16 Pro Max last year. Do you think there is any way to upgrade for free this year with a new service? Ben with US Mobile. Yeah, there definitely is. It wouldn't be entirely free, but we can get you $1,000 off. And the way to do that is probably going to be with Boost Mobile. So if you, it doesn't, like, I'm not going to recommend this because you're financing a phone with Boost, but it will get you what you want. So I will cover it for you anyway. Boost Mobile offers their, where is it? Boom, here it is. Infinite access for iPhone plan. Right now, it is currently advertising $830 off the iPhone 16 models. However, when the new iPhone drops, the iPhone 17 comes out, this is going to go up to $1,000 off the iPhone 17 models. If we shop iPhone, you can see these applied with the discount. And if you get $1,000 off, that'll be a free iPhone 17 Pro, and it'll be an iPhone 17 Pro Max for just, I think it's like $5 a month is what you pay. Should we track that? So it'd be $200 is what you'd owe, and it'd be financed over 36 months. Yeah, $5.55 per month. This will be the most affordable way to get that plan or get that phone up front. Granted, the plan itself will be $65 per month, and you would likely save way more money simply selling your iPhone 16. I mean, we covered this. We literally have the spreadsheet. Where is it? This is the Pixel one, but pretty much the same idea. If you went with a different plan and did an Apple trade-in, you would save so much money. So I would consider doing that instead. I actually think I have it. Let me pull it up for you. Upgrade your iPhone every year. Here we go. Here's the sheet. Oops. I'm like dragging a window on my screen that you guys can't see. Oh, I don't want to sign in. Okay, here we go. Cheapest way to get an iPhone every 1 year. That was the wrong sheet, so that it kind of explains it. Boom. Can you see this? Where'd that live stream? Boom. All right, cheapest way to get an iPhone every year. I mean, you can see Apple trade-in with a $25 plan. Number 2. And again, $850 per year is that cost. And we're looking at, let me just hide the comment for a second. This is the 16 Pro Max. So you can see this is exactly the math for what you're asking. $850. If you were to do the Boost, it's the third most affordable option, right? So not necessarily a bad deal, but it's locked to Boost. And I think Boost Mobile's plan isn't as competitive as what you can get from US Mobile, Visible Base, or Total Wireless. Honestly, like everyone at this point, Boost Mobile's plan sadly is not that competitive. So I would encourage you to consider doing something else. Oof, man. Any tips on getting RCS to activate on Warp when it's stuck on waiting for activation? US Mobile wasn't much help. I wish I had advice for this. I did run into a similar problem, funny enough, with Google Fi. And so I had Google Fi. I had it in a Pixel phone, and it would not activate RCS. I put it in an iPhone, and I kid you not, I toggled on RCS and it activated. So I kind of hesitate to recommend this, but the honest answer might be like, find a friend, or if you have an old iPhone, consider briefly putting your SIM card or activating the iPhone, using that to activate RCS, and then try transferring it back to your current device. I'm kind of assuming you are using an Android when you ask that. So if you're using an iPhone already, then that's not helpful. And I sadly don't have any advice, and I'm sorry, and I wish I did. But if anyone else has advice, let me know. Or let Ross LaRocco know. Hopefully I said that correctly, Ross. But thank you so much for your question. Del Toro, absolutely happy to help. Yeah, Visible Plus is incredible. You get that watch for free. It is one of the best value plans on the Verizon network. No one, man. Hey, Stetson, I heard there was a big update for some app that came out today. Do you have any info on that? As a matter of fact, I do. And it turns out you are absolutely correct. So the Coverage Map website, which we just used to help figure out what had the best coverage in Jefferson County, Colorado, it turns out there's an app. And today we launched an all new update for the Coverage Map app on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. So if you're an iPhone user or an Android user, you are now getting the latest and greatest Coverage Map application. So what is new with this update? Of course, we've got a refreshed design where on iOS, we unified all of the maps into one view. We refreshed the design of the speed test page. You can see this is actually running a multi-test here, and we are now showing the total usage. We have your current status and just some nice visual changes overall. We are officially live in Canada and the UK, as well as a few of their countries and territories. That is live, powerful filters, and we even have some incredible multi-test configuration settings. Here it is, in fact. Run multiple tests with custom options. You can change and customize the test duration, how long you want the download portion of the test to run, and how long you want the upload portion of the test to run. We have a new smart automatic speed test mode. This is incredible. This is easily my favorite feature. It's where the phone will automatically run 500 recurring tests, but it will only start the next test after you have moved at least 0.1 kilometers, which happens to be the perfect size to fill in these squares on the crowdsourced Coverage Map application. So if we zoom in here and we go to filters, we are looking at the 1 kilometer square. This is what 3 kilometers looks like. And if we want even more detail, we can do 0.1 kilometers. So this will map at the highest resolution possible, and it will save your phone data if you happen to be stopped at a stop sign, or you're walking maybe and you don't want to, run unnecessary tests. So that is really an incredible feature. That is the smart automatic speed test mode, and just some nice visual changes. And, we care about privacy and putting controls at your fingertips. So we do have an easy way to manage the app permissions and view exactly what the app is getting. And of course, we have our, let me zoom out so I can actually scroll over, signal strength map, incredible. And you can check performance in every zip code with the built-in coverage search feature. This is live today on iPhone and Android. It's completely free. And you can see 4.7 stars, right? That is not me rating it. That is 674 other people, actually 673. I did rate it once. Other people rating the application and loving it. So it's completely free, and I'll definitely throw a link in the chat right now because we're stoked on this update. We've been working hard on it. It's really, I think, one of my favorite new things that we've launched. So let's throw it in the chat. Free for everyone. Go download it, check it out. Let us know what you think. And no one, man, I hope that is helpful and helps answer your question. Thank you for asking about that. All right, we do have a super chat coming in. I'm Matt on social. Thank you so much for your generosity and support and for your patience as I was a little late getting to that. I'm traveling to the US soon. My own Belgian carrier offered $3.50 per day, roaming, unlimited everything. Is there a better deal in the US going for, if I'm reading that right, 414 days, so over a year? I have access to both AT&T and Verizon while roaming. Yeah, I mean, $3.50 per day sounds like it could add up to quite a lot. If I'm in your shoes and your device is compatible, the plans I would consider, just thinking through this right now. Yeah, I think an easy one to check out is going to be Mint Mobile. They're offering a promotion right now where if you pay $180 up front, you get a full year of truly unlimited data on the T-Mobile network. This is one of the best value promotions going on right now. US Mobile does have another promotion going on, and they're kind of a good recommendation anyway. If you want coverage on AT&T, US Mobile currently has a promotion where if you port in a phone number, you can get the plan for $16.60 per month. Oops. However, this is expiring in 1 day, 2 hours, and 59 minutes. So let's just say you get the regular price and it's monthly, $25 a month. That's going to be under $1 per day for truly unlimited high-speed data on the AT&T network. So I really think this is going to be a great value plan and pretty much give you access to what you were looking for. Plus, with US Mobile, if the service isn't good, you do have that option to teleport or transfer your phone number between networks, or you can purchase that multi-network add-on where you can add another network for an extra $10 a month. So I think this is probably the best value plan for you in terms of visiting the United States and getting something at an affordable price. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, you could maybe consider doing that total wireless BYOD unlimited offer, right? That's a great plan, unlimited for $25 on Verizon. But that's probably what I would look at. US Mobile, Mint Mobile, and maybe total wireless. And I hope that's helpful. And enjoy the US. If you let me know where you're going, we can check it out. Oh, for 14 days. Okay, if you're just doing for 14 days, then I mean, getting unlimited plan for that short of a time is probably like borderline not worth the effort. Say you buy an eSIM, that's expensive. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably just do like something monthly, visible. Total could definitely work, right? Total wireless, visible, or the US Mobile plan. I mean, I covered the full price version of that. $25 for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, that's a little bit more, right? 25 divided by 14. I mean, $1.78 per day for unlimited. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. I'd still consider it. I'd definitely still consider it. Also, Big Tank, thank you so much for generosity. Missed it. Let me go back and grab that for you. Oh yeah. Break down what happened to Boost. This is a fantastic question. So what did happen to Boost Mobile? Where is the old Boost Mobile website? Here we are. So Boost, first, what was Boost doing? Oh, what was Boost doing? Wouldn't we all like to know? So Boost Mobile, they were building their own 5G network. This is the Dish native network. And in fact, if you look up Dish coverage map, you can see, not now, you can see we are the top ranking result. And this is a map of Dish's native coverage area. And you can see they're in a more limited selection than some of the other providers. They happen to be in Denver. They happen to be in this one city over here, Grand Island. We've got Lincoln, Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines, Iowa, Iowa City. They're really all over the Chicago area. Basically, Dish covered enough of the United States where it looks like the United States has chickenpox, and so that Dish could cover 70% of the population. That was the stipulation, the requirement from the U.S. government for launching this fourth carrier. Unfortunately, they failed on one key aspect, marketing, getting actual customers on their network. While they were building out their network, while they were working on deploying their network, Dish lost over 2 million subscribers from their plan. They were given Boost Mobile. I think they had 9 million subscribers when Dish acquired Boost Mobile, the Boost Mobile brand. And today, Boost Mobile has around 7 million subscribers. So they lost a lot of subscribers and a lot of revenue. They were in a tough spot, and building out a network, this is expensive. Doing all this is expensive. Even though Dish was doing it at like the cheapest price it had probably ever been done with their Open RAN network, they still ran into some cash problems. And so what happened? Well, AT&T came in and offered to buy the spectrum. So that I think is highly likely to go through because, I mean, Boost, they weren't, they had some interesting offers, right? Infinite access for iPhone. They were trying to compete, but not a lot of people, not enough people were signing up. And the plans weren't that competitive, right? Like, yes, you get a free iPhone here, but if we go to the core plan itself, $65 a month for 30 gigs of data. I'm sorry, that ain't it, Chief. That is not it, Chief. So AT&T's coming in. They are purchasing Boost Mobile, a lot of Boost Mobile spectrum. I think Dish will still own some spectrum, but AT&T is getting like all the good stuff. My assumption is AT&T will then add that spectrum to their network in some capacity. How will it work? I'm not 100% sure. Like, will AT&T use the existing towers that Boost Mobile has? Maybe, but probably not, because they're probably in a lot of redundant locations. Like, if you think about it, when Dish built their network, right, they were not adding new coverage. Like, this is not new coverage. This is all coverage that the other carriers already had covered. So my guess is AT&T, when they integrate the spectrum they bought from Dish, from the Boost Mobile brand, they will likely retrofit their cell towers with new equipment to broadcast this new spectrum in the most efficient way possible to give customers the fastest data speeds and the best experience. But that is basically what happened. This network, it was very cool. It was very exciting. It was new. It had a lot of innovation behind it. It is sadly being shut down. So that's kind of what's up, Big Tank. I hope that's helpful. Oh yeah, this is another great option for the international traveling question. 2 weeks. I'm on social. If you're coming here for 2 weeks, there is a carrier here in the US called Helium Mobile. And here we go. They do offer a free plan. It is 3 gigs of data. Can I see our plans? Here we go. Helium Mobile Zero. It is 3 gigs of free data, 100 minutes, and 300 texts. It's not a whole lot of data, but it is free. So that's something to consider. Wow. Sanilo says switch to visible. All right. That is awesome. Curious, who are you switching from and how did your monthly bill change? Those are my questions. Saley is giving you 20 gigabytes for 30 days for $35.14. I don't think that's a good deal, Marco. I mean, you can get truly unlimited from US Mobile or Visible. That's what I would say. Do you have plans to review business plans? I currently do not have plans to review business plans because they are fewer people are likely eligible for them, I think, who are in my audience. But I guess I do have an LLC and I could sign up. But oh man, the telecom bill is high, you guys. With so many devices and so many lines, things add up. So I would have to probably consider pruning some of the active lines, which I probably should have done. What do you get? When people ask me for a cell phone plan recommendation, I automatically say unlimited starter. I mean, I don't know if this is AT&T unlimited starter or US Mobile unlimited starter, but both are good. You saw in the comparison, AT&T unlimited starter is honestly not bad. If we do, I think it's if you upgrade your phone every 3 years, that's what it is. AT&T unlimited starter is not bad. All right, 6 lines, need priority data and international data and international calling. All right, you do have a couple of options. So I'm going to use my website for this and cheat. No, we're not cheating. We're leveraging the tools at our disposal. Yeah, US Mobile unlimited premium Lightspeed, huge. Oh, shoot. You have 6 lines. I don't even think I entered a lot of information for 6 lines. And that's just because, yeah. 6 was an uncommon number. And when you go to a lot of the prepaid sites, they don't really offer 6-line pricing. So that is why we don't really have 6 lines. But to answer your question, let's go to 1 line. US Mobile Unlimited Premium Lightspeed. So let's add that. Let's do T-Mobile Unlimited. No, it's Beyond. What do they call their plans? Experience Beyond. Yeah, let's throw that in there. Why not? And then maybe Google Fi. The international calling's tricky. Need priority data? I would question that. Do you need priority or you want priority? Google Fi Unlimited Premium. All right, let's compare these. Demon Abummy switched from Verizon to AT&T because of your videos. Should save me $60 a month, going from 145 to 86. Love to upgrade every year. Yeah, me too. That is awesome. Are you getting the new Pixel or the new iPhone this year? Or are you getting the Samsung next year? That is my question. All right, here we go. 6 lines, priority data, and international calling. Website is loading. Man, I feel like I need a new website just to speed this up. I think my favorite option is going to be considering, I mean, with 6 lines, it gets challenging. Does Google Fi even do 6 lines? Let me find out first while we're here. Yeah, they do have 6 lines. Perfect. $40. All right, so Google Fi will go down to $40. Keep that in mind in your short-term memory bank. Here we are. So my favorite option will be US Mobile Unlimited Premium. This is the Lightspeed, so that's going to be the T-Mobile network. $44 for the monthly option. This does go down to $32.50 if you opt for the yearly option. That will be per line per month, so potentially could be very expensive. We'll look at the multi-line pricing in just a moment. It is deprioritized. Again, I don't think this matters personally on the T-Mobile network, but that is just my preference or my opinion. If you do need priority, then the other 2 plans will have it. But I think this value is very good for what you get. International-wise, you are getting free international calls to over 200 countries. This is these minutes are variable though, and so if you go to US Mobile's website and you go to features and you do international data, you can see. Actually, I think we need features international calling. All features. Wi-Fi calling. Where is international calling? Do they not even list that? All right, we got to Google it. US Mobile International Calling. Here we go. Oh, the places you'll call. Great, perfect. Yeah, you can see, I just want to point out that the minutes are variable. 147 minutes, 67 minutes, 66 minutes. A lot of these are unlimited though. So 120, consider checking the country that you want to call, 107, or using like a VoIP app or whatever. Either way, in terms of international, 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 20 gigabytes of high-speed data in 197 countries. Superb value. Google Fi Unlimited Premium. This does upgrade you to 100 gigs of high-speed priority data on the T-Mobile network. We just checked the Google Fi website. For 6 lines, this is coming in at $40 each. Taxes and fees are generally quite high on Google Fi, and so that's going to knock it up probably to $45. Basically the same price as US Mobile, I would say, give or take. Same price, 100 gigs priority, so you're getting more high-speed data on US Mobile if you go over 100 gigs. Hotspot is excellent on Google Fi, though. 50 gigs of high-speed hotspot data, 480p video streaming, free international texting. You do get international calls to 50 countries. Again, you're going to want to check the Google Fi website for that. 100 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and 50 gigs in 200 countries. Now, there is a reason I like US Mobile so much, and the reason is the international calling, both stateside and while you're abroad. Google Fi, while you are abroad, calls are billed at 20 cents per minute. That is something to keep in mind. US Mobile, you get 200 free minutes while traveling abroad. Next option, T-Mobile Experience Beyond. we'll ignore the price for now, but basically unlimited priority, 250 gigs hotspot, 4K video. You do have to purchase a $15 add-on for international calling, so not even included, but you do get 15 gigs in 215 countries. However, T-Mobile international calling, 25 cents per minute for international calls. That's kind of expensive. That can add up. Price-wise, what are we looking at? Let's just go to T-Mobile's website. And let's see unlimited phone plans and knock this up too. There you go. See, this is my problem. 5 lines. That's the max the website does. Let's say experience. So I did experience beyond 260 divided by 5 lines is $52 per line. Let's say it's about 48 to 50. Add in taxes and fees. Maybe it's 55 a month per line. It's expensive. This is an expensive plan for 6 lines. Even the Experience More plan is going to be expensive for 6 lines. So, yeah, I do really like US Mobile. That's what I would consider. I hope that's helpful. I'm curious what you think. If anyone in the chat has other recommendations of plans to consider, but these are the ones that come to my mind and are probably what I would look into. I think Verizon, they do offer premium data and such on their unlimited ultimate plan. But I think you're going to run into the same problem. So you do get 15 gigs in 210 countries. I'm pretty sure you have to pay for... Actually, maybe you don't on Verizon. Let's do the full details here. So international, this includes the Global Choice add-on. Oh, this is interesting. You choose one of the 140 countries to get 300 minutes to call that country. You also get discounted calling rates to the 220 other destinations. Global Calling Plus is another add-on, and then $15 a month gets you unlimited minutes to landlines in 60 countries and mobile phone numbers in 30 countries. So international calling, even though it's included, is pretty weak. International data roaming, I do have noted unlimited talk, text, and 15 gigs of high-speed data per month in over 210 supported destinations. So it's nice that the talk is included while abroad. At least that is my understanding. So yeah, I mean, I think my preference would probably be to lean a little bit more towards US Mobile, but that's what I got. And I hope that's helpful. All right, docs. I have $125 a month for 3 lines. What's the best plan? There's so much nuance to this. Like, how often do you upgrade your phone? How much data does each line need? I'll throw you 3 options that I think will blow your mind. So let's do reset selection and let's go back to plans. Oh man, I'm just sorry. I'm looking at the website and it's not even showing for you guys. I almost want to like rebuild this just to make it faster. Like, it's so slow. It's so slow. Okay. Compare cell phone plans. 3 options to blow your mind for 3 lines. So let's do 3 lines. Honestly, let's just do top picks. What do we got cooking? Yeah, I mean, one option that is insane. If you're a low data usage 3-line family, is that the right word? Group of friends, you're 3 lines together. If you're low usage, US Mobile, 10 gigabytes shared data. This is 10 gigabytes of shared data for each line. So each line gets about 3 gigs each, 3 gigs and 300 megabytes. $36 a month flat, all taxes and fees included. That would save you $90 per month, give or take. $89 per month is what you'd save, okay? Superb value. And each line can choose if it wants to be on AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon. Just a phenomenal option. If you need more data, depends if you want to pay monthly. Monthly or annual. Let me knock out the annual ones because why not? If you want monthly AT&T coverage, US Mobile Unlimited Dark Star, $75 a month, taxes and fees included. This is just truly unlimited high-speed data on AT&T, 20 gigs hotspot. What else do we got cooking? Visible base on Verizon. That's going to be $75 a month flat, same as US Mobile. Helium's in here because it's free, I guess. What else do we got? Metro by T-Mobile. This one's actually pretty good on the T-Mobile network. You bring your own device to Metro. Each line would need its own separate account, I believe. But you can do the $25 bring your own device plan. Just get 3 of those. $75 a month for truly unlimited high-speed data on T-Mobile. No hotspot though. That's the biggest caveat there. Google Fi Unlimited Standard. This is more expensive than Metro, but honestly not a bad value. They ended their 50% off BYOD promo, so I apologize for that. Either way, $30 per line per month plus tax, 50 gigs high speed. It is priority and 25 gigs hotspot. That's really good. At least I think that's pretty good. AT&T network. We already covered US Mobile and AT&T, so I wouldn't really go towards Cricket. Total base 5G. If you do want all lines under one account, this can be really nice, and that'd be $100 a month. That's not bad. Yeah, that's what I'd say. I hope that's helpful. I mean, to summarize, total 5G, Google Fi, visible base, US Mobile starter, Dark Star, Metro by T-Mobile. I think those are some great options. Charlie, was Verizon's network out yesterday? Yeah, it was. It was out. It was a big problem. Docs, I have $125 a month for 3 lines. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. Funny, I coincidentally just answered that, so I appreciate you. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions, and I hope that was helpful. Kevin, it's kind of messed up that US Mobile charges full discount back if out of Dark Star for more than 36 days. What's the point of them offering all networks if they want customers to stay in one specific network? Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, it's confusing that they offer the multi-network feature, but then it's like, oh, wait, our discount is only on the AT&T network. I mean, I don't know what goes on in the back end there. I imagine US Mobile just had a really good deal with AT&T. They shook hands, and so they want people on the AT&T network, and that is the way they are able to offer such affordable prices and such a crazy deal, right? I mean, their promo going on right now is, I mean, it's just nuts, right? You do the annual and $16.60 a month. That is insane. The other one, $29 a month. That is insane. But yeah, it is Dark Star only. So I do agree. I also kind of see US Mobile side of things. So it's just kind of unfortunate. Hey, Stetson, someone on r/T-Mobile was able to fight $5 per month line increase and was able to revert back to an old plan. I think every affected customer should do the same. That just sounds like a support nightmare. So, you know, sometimes I'm willing to pay the $5 a month to not battle with support and spend that time. And eventually they probably will switch people to newer plans to help simplify the billing system, is what I would imagine they do. Oh, man. The dumbest part is that even if you were halfway your annual plan, they charge a full discount back. Yeah, it is frustrating. It sounds like that happened to you, is my guess, and so I apologize for that. All right, Noah, man, curveball question. Is there any plan that right now is not very good, but if they made one change, it would be a good plan? Can't say price. Yeah, I mean, what immediately comes to my mind is going to be our friends over at, where's that tab? Squinting at my tab bar. Here we go. Boom. Infinite access for iPhone. If they, I think this includes hotspot. Wait, does it not? Oh, it doesn't include hotspot. All right, I think my primary answer is going to be this unlimited plan. It is normally $25 a month. If they upgraded this from 30 gigs of premium data to truly unlimited data for all networks, right? Or like, you know, they figured out the roaming stuff and they were just able to offer truly unlimited data for $25. I think this would make it a much better plan. That's what comes to my mind first. What else would be a good one? I mean, maybe another one would be US Mobile Unlimited Flex. The one change being if they made it not annual. Is that cheating? Is that price? But they kept the same price, but they made it monthly. $17.50 a month for 10 gigs. I think that would make this plan significantly better. Of course, I think Mobile X is also possibly better in that regards. Ooh, another one. Visible. Visible base. I think if visible base increased the hotspot speeds from 5 megabits per second to 10 megabits per second, in my book, that would make it a significantly better plan, and I would definitely consider it. I mean, at $19 a month, I'm already considering it, but that's crazy. It's interesting that Visible says this is the most popular. People, I guess, just want affordable on Verizon. Dang. All right. That's my answer. That was a great question, though. ABC, man. The one thing that would make Trump Mobile better is probably just shutting down, so they didn't take people's money that didn't deserve it. Brandon saying, I knew he'd mention Boost. Yeah, I feel like they need some love. What is the best deal that includes priority data? I don't even need unlimited. All right, Mark, let's figure this out for you. I think we got you. Best phone plan site. Let's reset the filters. The great reset. Did that do anything? Yeah, it did. One line. Let's get rid of the top picks so we get everything. And all we need is features. Oops. Let me zoom out. Sorry, that sometimes it doesn't work if we're zoomed in a little bit. And we have priority data. And then let's just scroll down. So Mobile X, we actually have seen some people reporting that the Mobile X Unlimited plan specifically may be deprioritized right now. So I will sign up for one of their plans and test and confirm the QCI values based on what I see. But if you need priority data on the Verizon network at the best price possible, I think Mobile X with their custom plan is probably the answer. Another great affordable option that happens to have priority data, T-Mobile Connect, $15 for 5 gigs. Again, I don't really think having priority data makes that much of a difference on T-Mobile, but if for some reason you want it, this is there and it is an option. And then Mobile X Unlimited 10, again, I do want to double check the priority on Mobile X, but if this is still priority, they're easily my number one pick. Yeah. I think AT&T Prepaid, their annual plan, likely still has priority. And then you're kind of getting into the, like, Google Fi Flexible. Oh, it has priority, but don't get that one. Visible Plus annual, that's awesome value. And then a US Mobile, no, their other one is deprioritized. Yeah, so Visible Plus, Google Fi Unlimited Essentials. This one's decent if you need the priority, but I'd probably go Visible Plus. Those are it. That's what I would say. Mobile X, T-Mobile Connect, Visible Plus, maybe Google Fi. I hope that's helpful. All right, we got another super chat in here. Green, thank you so much for your generosity and support. What are your thoughts on Dish selling its 3.5 and 600 megahertz to AT&T? Do you think Dish is done and will get out of the wireless industry? Yeah, I mean, this is a great question. Do I have the answers? No, probably not. My guess, like, where did Dish go wrong? They did something extremely impressive, technologically advanced, very impressive. What is AT&T buying? They're not buying the towers. They're not buying the hardware. They're not buying the infrastructure. They are buying the spectrum, ladies and gentlemen. They are buying the frequencies traveling through the air into our devices. And I think that tells me that the Dish network, this is going to be it. This is our last memento of it. This network that Dish built is done. It's gonzo. It's going to get shut down. It's probably going to be too expensive to take all the equipment down, and no one's going to want to do it. So my guess is it'll just stay up there for a hot minute. Maybe they can recoup their costs, right? You know, Dish is probably like calling up like, hey, Samsung, like, you had a 2-year return window, right? On all that gear, that was two-year return, right? You know, like, what are they going to do? They're going to sell the spectrum to AT&T. Maybe they don't care because AT&T is giving them so much money for it anyway that it just covers all of their costs. And they're like, sweet, we're in the green now. Call it a day. Speaking of green, right? I think Dish is done. What was their problem? Their problem was branding. They didn't have the branding, marketing engine to get customers onto their plan. It's a big challenge for prepaid carriers. My friend Roger used to joke that Visible, right? This is one of the best value plans on the Verizon network. I talk to my friends about it. They don't know about it. They haven't heard about it. Visible, Roger would say, is invisible. And yet they're superb value. So marketing, brand, and advertising are definitely key areas that are important in the prepaid space, building brand awareness. And I think that's how come we saw so much success with Mint. We had Ryan Reynolds come in, already well-known, established, funny, and he was just like the rocket fuel in the growth engine that exploded them into space and a $2 billion acquisition from T-Mobile. Boost didn't really have that. So yeah, I do think Dish is done. Should they get out of the wireless industry? My diplomatic answer is there may be companies who are perhaps better at running cell phone carriers in the wireless space, and perhaps it may be to everyone's advantage to let them take the wheel. So there you go. Dish, the network is probably done though. That's what I would say. Docs, we want 4K video and speed. No need to spend all $125. That's a great question. Look, if you want 4K video, the secret is to get a VPN, because it turns out when you get a VPN, you just get 4K video on any cell phone plan you choose. And so, I mean, we covered some of the options, and I can pull those up again on the Best Phone Plan site for you. If we just, let's do 3 lines, top picks. Let's say unlimited, just for comparison's sake. Maybe 30 gigs, throw that in there too. I mean, let's scroll down. Mobile X unlimited. I probably wouldn't do that. That's only 25 gigs per line. Visible Plus annual, right? $94 a month. So saves you some money. You add in a VPN in there to get 4K streaming, you're good to go. Plus, Visible already has 1080p streaming while on the 5G ultra wideband network, and that will make a difference. Google Fi Unlimited Standard. Again, you throw a VPN on this, you'll be cooking. You'll get 4K streaming on all your lines. Same with the regular Visible Plus plan. Same with Cricket. I don't know, was US Mobile here? Where's the regular one? Did I not flag that? I guess I haven't flagged it. Something's wrong. I need to update it. That's my guess. Yeah, that's my guess. Well, I don't know anymore. But US Mobile Unlimited Starter. Oh, it's because we have the priority data flag on. There we go. Yeah, US Mobile Unlimited Starter, Darkstar, AT&T, $75 a month. So you're saving $50. You grab a VPN and you'll get 4K streaming. That's what I would say. I hope that's helpful. We do not want to spend all $125. It's funded by a job. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would do. Look at some of the options for $75. US Mobile, Visible Base, right? And just get a VPN. I'm part of the affiliate program for Surfshark, so I feel obligated to mention them because I make money from them. And it's cheap, and I signed up for it, and it works for me, and it's been really affordable. If you grab this is their 2-year plan, and it comes out to $2 a month, right? And this will unlock 4K streaming. $57 for your first 27 months. All right, that's insane. I don't even know if I have an affiliate link in the description because I've not been, I guess, promoting them that much. But oh, you do want to spend all 25. Sorry. Did I need to spend all 25? I totally misread that. That is all good. So thank you for clarifying that. If I'm in your shoes and want to spend $125 on service, what am I doing? What am I picking here? I would probably do, Metro might have something. Is Metro not showing up here? What is going on? Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's get rid of the top picks. Let's see what else we got cooking in the non-top picks. I don't know if I could load more. Here we go. Total 5G Plus. This is good because it includes, I guess, 6 months free of Disney Plus. Maybe you don't need that. Metro Flex Unlimited. This could be good. $130 a month. So I guess you'd be paying $5 a month, but that would definitely use your budget. Visible Plus Pro, $135. This would honestly be insane. This is a really premium plan for the price. unlimited high speed, unlimited priority, 15 megabits per second. 4K video streaming already baked into the plan, so forget all the VPN stuff. Like, don't sign up. Just get this. You'll get 4K streaming out of the box. Only on 5G ultra wideband, though. On LTE and 5G nationwide, you're going to be cooking at 1080p, which is still really good. And only $10 a month, you'd effectively hang. That is awesome. I probably would avoid some of these plans because taxes and fees will add up and make them more expensive. Metro could be good. I think Metro Flex Unlimited Plus does include, so unlimited plans, let's do 3 lines. Did they rename it? Like, what is, I guess they did. Wow, is there no name? Maybe that was a legacy plan. No, I thought I updated those plans. I'll have to double check that. But anyway, this is what's on the Metro by T-Mobile website. HD video, Amazon Prime included, so that's really nice. Watching tablet lines for only $5 a month when you bring your own device. That is super nice. Whoever was asking about watch plans earlier, this is probably like one of the most affordable options from a prepaid carrier that's not free. And unlimited international texting. 25 gigs hotspot. This is good. And I think actually matches perfectly what's on my site. Yeah, 130, 25 gigs hotspot, and then 1080p video. Yeah. Weird. The name is just like, poof, gone. Stetson didn't read my suggestion. Brandon, June, it is hard to read suggestions and websites at the same time, so forgive me. Forgive me. Let me see what else we got. Yeah, VPNs do have limits. You're absolutely right. What's your reasoning on why AT&T would give US Mobile better pricing for their plan than their own flanker brand, Cricket? That is a great question. My guess is US Mobile is potentially appealing. So, like, what is the purpose of a flanker brand, right? The purpose of a flanker brand is to appeal to a specific consumer demographic. And so my guess is that Cricket is appealing to a very different demographic than US Mobile. US Mobile, the technically savvy, smart, like people who know more about the telecom space, perhaps a little bit more nerdy, interested in this stuff. They understand the features and the benefits US Mobile offers. They're the ones probably signing up for US Mobile. I mean, they see the multi-network option, the multi-network add-on, the capabilities they offer, the US Mobile app, and they're all in on that. Whereas Cricket, they're appealing to people who want to go to a physical store, who may be looking at Metro by T-Mobile or Total Wireless as their competitors. And I think Metro honestly reaches a much larger, or excuse me, Cricket reaches a larger Hispanic group, I think. I could be mistaken on that, but I think they have two different demographics. AT&T is trying to grow in the prepaid space, and so they are boosting US Mobile or allowing US Mobile to offer some pretty incredible promotions. So that's what I would say. Brandon, no worries, Stetson. We appreciate you for reading the chat. Thank you. Appreciate that. I would try and scroll back and find it, but let me see. US Mobile currently king. They're doing some crazy stuff right now. That's for sure. That is for sure. Yeah, Visible Plus Pro does have the streaming built in. Anyone know how to port out? Dreamer, I just ported out of US Mobile myself. It turns out you do need to contact customer service. You have to contact them via the chat, or I guess you could call, maybe you can email, but I think the chat is easiest. You can use either the chat in the US Mobile application, or go ahead and just log in on the website, and you have to verify your account, you know, which is good. It's a good thing. You want to verify your account, make sure it's not a SIM swap attack or attempt. And then they will, once you've verified your account and the phone numbers you want to get the port out information for, they will send you an email with the port out details. So that's how that works. What are the video speeds for Lightspeed Starter? I think Lightspeed Starter is going to be about 4 megabits per second with the data waster mode turned on. That is my understanding there. I had total 5G unlimited for 1 year, QCI 8. I got US Mobile Unlimited Premium Warp, also QCI 8, but now I'm seeing service issues while traveling to work, slow internet. Any idea why? I mean, there are just so many variables when it comes to cellular networks. Verizon, the provider of Total Wireless and US Mobile Warp, just had an outage, right? So that could have been a factor, depending on when you were experiencing those issues. The load on the towers, if your device potentially changed when you switched carriers, a lot of different things can impact it. So I'm truthfully unsure why. If you have issues for one, the flexibility and the great news with prepaid is often you can just switch to another. So that's what I would say. And maybe a reboot, or consider reaching out to support to get the SIM card reprovisioned. Sometimes those things can help and could be worth looking into. Yeah, I mean, Metro is definitely an appeal to certain demographics, and that's very real. Visible Plus or Visible Plus Pro. Planty, if I'm in your shoes or in your white pot as we have here, I would probably go with Visible Plus. And the reason is it's meeting my needs at a more affordable price, and I can upgrade to Visible Plus Pro at any time. Now that said, Visible is offering some killer deals right now, so I might kind of splurge. Right? $39 a month for Visible. No, forget that. $29 a month for Visible Plus. That is an awesome deal. Although, if I decided to go against my own words and advice and get a cellular watch, then I would go with Visible Plus Pro. But the truth is, I tried Visible Plus Pro and I added my cellular watch to it, and then my watch battery tanked, and it was not a good experience, and I ended up removing the plan. So I would go Visible Plus. It is, I mean, they highlight it. Best value. That's what I want when I'm shopping for a cell phone plan. And this, I think that's the answer. That's my answer. Stetson, I read that Android OS is going to be a lot like iOS now. Google wants all apps downloaded from the Google Play Store. No more sideloading apps allowed. What's your thoughts on this move by Google? I think there are pros and cons. Con, obviously, is you potentially miss out on a lot of applications that can be sideloaded. I'm using an application that is called, it was on Reddit, the Pixel Band Info app. And this gives you information about what bands your phone is connected to, as well as the QCI value. And you can read that on your Pixel phone. And I had to sideload that. So that would be sad. The good news, and I think a reason Apple has been so keen on having stricter Play Store or App Store rules, is there is a quality bar that can be set. And with that, you can also have standards for security and privacy, and make sure that apps are doing what they say they do, and potentially remove more malicious apps from the App Store. And this can help give users a better experience and create more positive associations with your brand and all that good stuff. So I think it has pros and cons. Hopefully it could potentially help Google, make the experience better. Obviously they probably want to just make more commission off of apps. So that's a very real thing. But I think like Android, when I think of Android, right, and I think of these Pixel phones, I think of customizability and I think of freedom of choice. And I think it's kind of nice being able to sideload whatever you want, whether it's a premium app that is for whatever reason sideloaded, or it is malware. Like, you should have the option to sideload that, right? Yeah. Interesting. So, sideloading are allowed, but the devs have to register with Google and be approved. Also, this policy starts at the end of 2026, starting in a few countries in South America as a pilot. Yeah, so I think I'm okay with it. They're probably trying to bring more security and just a better overall experience on Android. And most users are likely not sideloading. So the number of people this would impact is very low. But, there could be reasons for people to do it. So Interesting. I picked Google especially for side loading. If they don't make it something I can enable in the developer menu or something, I don't know what I will do. Yeah, hopefully it's still an option for those who need it, I guess. Okay, yeah. So the Google, so people need to verify themselves. That honestly could be good because this can prevent users who are not developers and may not understand what side loading is from going to a website and accidentally side loading an application that the website presents in potentially a malicious format. All right, maybe it's a notification or something, and that leads to downloading or side loading an application, and somehow it ends up installed. I don't know. I'm making this up, but I think this could potentially help alleviate that while giving true developers the option to sideload, or people who are savvy and interested in this the option to sideload, while kind of preventing the larger Android user base from potentially running into those issues. That's what I would say. Visible Plus or US Mobile Unlimited Starter annually? I think it depends on network. I would go Visible Plus. Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. I mean, we're looking at it right now, but I'll show you the breakdown. So let's just do this because this will break it nicely. And we're going to hop back up here. Let's do another quick reset. Lines, one line, Visible Plus. Or do you want annual for both? Or do you just want, I mean, let's just do Visible Plus and then US Mobile Unlimited Starter. I'm assuming Warp. So we'll do that as well. Bam, bam. All right, compare plans now. All right, the man Let's Plays. I see your chat. I appreciate you. I'm going to quickly answer this question, and I'm going to hit your question, and then we'll keep going. Does any US mobile plan have QCI 6? No, there's currently no US mobile plan that has QCI 6. That is only offered by T-Mobile and I believe Verizon for first responders, and I think AT&T for first responders as well, or something like that. All right, the question. I can't even remember where it went, so forgive me for that. But US Mobile Unlimited Starter, I'm assuming Warp versus Visible Plus. I would go Visible Plus here. Number one, you're getting priority data. So US Mobile is now deprioritized on the starter plan. Visible will be priority data. Hotspot wise, 10 gigabytes of hotspot on US Mobile versus unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second on Visible. Video streaming 720p versus 1080p on Visible. And most importantly, the data. I mean, 70 gigs high speed, this is likely plenty for most people. It certainly would be plenty for me. But if you are a heavy data user, it is hard to compete with Visible's truly unlimited high speed data. Now, if you're like, I'm on a budget, I want like the most affordable thing, I'm sure US Mobile will be fine, and this is totally a valid option for $25. I would consider doing a total wireless plan with their 50% off promo for $25, because that way you can get priority data and truly unlimited data, but you know, not necessarily a bad option. And then Visible Plus, yeah, I mean, I think it's more premium, and I mean, look at the promo, $29 a month. Yeah, I would do this for sure. If I was getting this between these, I would do Visible Plus. I guess the irony is I'm on the US Mobile plan, but I got grandfathered into that priority. So, yeah, I think between these two, that's what I would say. All right, the man Let's Plays. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. Xfinity Unlimited Base or T-Mobile Essentials. I am personally not a fan of the T-Mobile Essentials plan at all. I would consider US Mobile or Mint Mobile instead of T-Mobile Essentials. And so that means Xfinity Mobile Unlimited is probably the better option. Let me pull it up here just to see what we have. So Xfinity Mobile Unlimited, $40 a month for 30 gigs high speed. It is priority on the Verizon network, then unlimited at 1.5 megabits per second. I have tested this, and 1.5 megabits per second for my testing is usable. That is a usable connection speed. So I think that's fine. 600 kilobit per second hotspot. That is not usable. That is not a usable connection speed. And then 480p video. And it's $40. I think T-Mobile Essentials, what does that start at? T-Mobile, knock this down quite a bit to one line. And then Essential Saver, 50 plus taxes and fees. Yeah. The man lets plays. I think that Xfinity Mobile, if this meets your needs, I think this is a better plan. I would much rather get this plan than T-Mobile Essentials. You're saving money. It's probably enough for what you need. Yeah, that's what I would get easily. Yeah, QCI 6 is reserved for first responders. That is what I was thinking. Oh, interesting. I am late to this, but how do you feel about Visible Pro Plus Pro, I'm going to say, versus US Mobile Premium on the Warp as an existing customer for both? I mean, I have done comparisons of this in the past, so I'll pull this up and see what's cooking. Let me zoom out and let's just get this situated. So US Mobile, Unlimited Premium Warp, add to compare, and then let's do Visible Plus Pro. And we'll add to compare. And we'll throw in the annual. I guess I've got to grab that for US Mobile. So, and then is this the annual? Perfect. Compare now. I think I can refresh this and it'll refresh. I'm just curious. I'm testing it out. What else we got? Super duper Sean, thank you so much. I appreciate your generosity and support. Wow, so many good questions. All right, we're going to get to everyone as quickly as possible. Who was asking about this? Where was the question I just clicked on? Here we go. Super duper Sean. Boom. So my take, let's put these on screen and let's look at the monthly options. My current take is I think Visible Plus Pro is a bit better of a value. And there are 3 key reasons for this. Nope, there are 2 key reasons for this. Number 1, unlimited hotspot data. Unlimited 15 megabit per second hotspot data on Visible versus 50 gigabytes on US Mobile. In my opinion, Visible is better for hotspot. Number 2, video streaming quality. 4K on Visible Plus Pro, 720p on US Mobile. Could you get around this with a VPN? Yes, absolutely. That said, I think it's nice having it built into the plan. And this is going to make apps such as YouTube, Instagram, anything that could potentially be impacted or throttled by a video speed cap load way better and just give you a much better experience. International wise, US Mobile is a little bit better with international calling to 200 countries and international, well, I guess they both have international texting. 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico versus 2 gigs a day in Canada and Mexico comes down to personal preference there. International roaming is also probably going to come down to personal preference. US Mobile is giving you 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 20 gigabytes in 125 countries. That is insane. Visible, they will support more countries. I think their supported list is like, I don't know, 200 or whatever. It's kind of hard to tell because there are countries and then there are destinations, but Visible is basically supporting anywhere Verizon supports, I believe, and you get 2 free days per month. The best part is these days accumulate. So if you have Visible Plus Pro for 6 months, you would have accumulated 12 free days of international roaming. And that is perfect for doing a 1 week or a 10-day trip somewhere. Boom, you can easily travel probably like once or twice a year and have all of your international data just be included free in your plan on Visible Plus Pro. I think that is really nice. And it's going to be 2 gigs a day in those supported destinations. So ultimately, I do think the hotspot and the video, those are the big features that I really like. There is an advantage to US Mobile though, and it is that multi-network add-on. So the Warp network is on Verizon. However, you can purchase the $10 add-on to add a second SIM to your device to get coverage on either AT&T or T-Mobile. That can potentially be a huge deal, and that could be a big reason to consider US Mobile over Visible. But both are excellent value plans. and the smartwatch is included for free on both of these. Now, when it does come to annual pricing, if you are looking to get a plan at an annual rate, this is where US Mobile does shine. It's $5 cheaper than Visible, and honestly, with all the features it includes, it probably is a bit better of a value when you are looking at the annual option. So kind of curious what you guys think in the chat, but my stance is I think Visible Plus Pro, if you're looking at those monthly options, I mean, especially with this discount going on right now, like that's crazy good. If you are looking at the annual options, okay, that's where it may make more sense to go with US Mobile, or you want to go with US Mobile if you have multiple lines, or you want to get that multi-network add-on. So that is what I would say. And I hope that's helpful. Do Darkstar and Warp have QCI 7, or is it just Lightspeed? Lightspeed is the only one that has QCI 7. It is very important to note, though, that on US Mobile, the priority, the QCI value represents different priority levels on different networks. So on the T-Mobile network, which is Lightspeed, you have QCI 6, which is top priority. Then you have QCI 7, which is deprioritized. QCI 8, which is even more deprioritized. This is typically hotspot data. And then you have QCI 9 all the way at the bottom, almost off the screen, it's so low. That is bottom of the barrel, heavy data user deprioritization, so extra deprioritized. You get to QCI 9 if you use over 35 gigs of data on Mint Mobile and over 70 gigs of data on Metro by T-Mobile. And then as we were looking at the T-Mobile business plans earlier this stream, if you use over 100 or 200 gigs there, you'll get bumped down to QCI 9 as well. So 7 on T-Mobile is deprioritized. Meanwhile, on Warp and Darkstar, 8 is actually priority data on those networks. On AT&T and Verizon, QCI 8 is priority data, and then 9 is deprioritized. So different networks have different priority levels. Important to keep that in mind. All right. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. Friend uses over 600 gigabytes per month, lives in rural AT&T area, visits T-Mobile City regularly. What do you suggest? All right. Look, if you're using that much data, I do think you want to consider going with a carrier-owned prepaid brand, just because Cricket doesn't care how much data you use. US Mobile sometimes, look, they have their data usage policy in place, and I'm not 100% sure how that usage would be treated on their network. So I think the safest bet would be to consider Cricket. If I'm in your friend's shoes, I'm probably opting for either Cricket Select Unlimited or Cricket Smart Unlimited, depending on hotspot preference, right? Hotspots an add-on, hotspots included. I'd probably go, if they have a hotspot add-on for $10, I would start with this and only grab the add-on when I need it. But if I'm using hotspot all the time, then I'd go with Cricket Smart Unlimited. Going to T-Mobile City regularly, your friend could dual wield, like, let's say do Cricket Select Unlimited, or Unlimited Annual if you really wanted to save some money, and then do Metro by T-Mobile. Oh, actually do Mint. The Unlimited Annual right now for $15, like this is such a good deal. I would do that. If your friend is willing to do an annual plan, like you can do Cricket and then grab Mint for an extra 15, like cooking. Truly unlimited, 10 gigs of hotspot. That's what I would do. I think that's the best value. Oh my gosh. These are deep questions. Verizon did 4 megabit per second throttle after using 1.2 terabytes, even though it says it's unlimited priority. Yeah. So that's what their terms say. Do T-Mobile and AT&T have the same problem or same policies? They do not clearly state what their usage policies are in terms of, hey, if you use over 1.2 terabytes, we're going to slow you down. They will kick potentially super high users. I'm unsure what their threshold is for that or how they determine it, but it's definitely possible is what I would say. Can you explain how much it would be to call from another country to a US number on T-Mobile Experience More? To a US Mobile. Okay. I'm assuming you're traveling abroad and you're on T-Mobile and you're calling a US number. In that case, T-Mobile bills international calls at 25 cents per minute. And we can pull that up. I think. Let me do T-Mobile International Roaming. Here we go. So 2 different options. I'm assuming you're talking about the roaming one, and here it is, experience beyond. Oh, excuse me, experience more. If you are abroad, then you get 5 gigs of high speed in over 215 destinations, and calls are billed at 25 cents per minute. So if you make a call while abroad, 25 cents a minute. I think incoming calls might be free, but don't quote me on that. Assume 25 cents per minute. In terms of if you are in the United States and want to make a call abroad, that's where you need to get this add-on, which is going to be $15 a month. So I hope that is helpful. We are also have been going for almost 2 hours now, so we'll do a couple more and then call it. Dang. Straight Talk's 4 lines for $100. Where these deals are so good. All right, Straight Talk. Is it just on their website? Let's pull it up. Oh, I do like this new design. That's pretty clean. Plans and services. All plans. Is there a deal I'm missing? Probably. Look, 4 lines for 100 is pretty good. It's pretty good, is what I would say. That's my simple answer to that. And I would look at the plan features and see if it has what you need. All right, Super Duper Sean, what are your thoughts on the new Inner Circle feature from Visible, and does it really compare to multi-lines like US Mobile or Cricket? I do not think it does. So I think the best part about Visible Inner Circle is it kind of solves the billing problem. So what is Inner Circle? Inner Circle is where, look, we got some multiple devices here. You get your friends, your family, happens to be a family of Pixel users. You all sign up for Visible. You can create a circle and you get a $5 discount on the monthly Visible Plus and Visible Plus Pro plans. Great for families. One person can cover all of the bill, or some pay for some members, or each member can pay separately. So that is awesome. The discount is awesome, and having one line being able to pay for everyone else is also awesome. I think the biggest downside is there is no true multi-line management. So each of these 3 lines that you have needs its own Visible account, its own Visible email and Visible password, its own login credentials. And I think that is a really big headache initially to get everything set up. So you don't get true multi-line management like you get on Cricket or US Mobile. And that is, in my opinion, a big reason, if you're a family, to consider either US Mobile or Total Wireless, I think are the best options for family plans on the Verizon network right now. So it doesn't really compare, but it is still helpful at least. Hey Stetson, what do you think of the Tracfone new talk text unlimited plan for $45? I know Verizon Value has just been kicking out insanely good plans recently. Details. Learn more. I just want to see the plan. Okay, here we go. All right, this is the plan. This is a no-go from me. $45 with auto refill, otherwise 50. Unlimited data, good to see. Unlimited talk and text, great. 15 gigs of hotspot, international talk, text, and roaming in Canada and Mexico. I mean, guys, we covered it in the stream. Visible Plus Pro is going to be a way better value for the same $45 a month, and is an even more incredible value for the $39 a month. So, yeah, Visible's like, if you know, you know. Yeah. Voodoo, flexing the Pixel arsenal. I did order the 10 Pro XL, and the reason I have all these phones, well, first of all, thank you to Google for, I don't want to put those next to each other, for, I guess we can do a quick fan here. So, oh, I got it out of order. Hang on, we'll fix the order. So shout out to Google. They did send over the Pixel 6 Pro and the 7 Pro and the 8 Pro. I purchased the 9 Pro, and I also purchased the 10 Pro. But I have all these Pixels because I want to do a Pixel cellular test. How do all of the Pixels stack up when it comes to LTE and 5G cellular performance? I'm so curious to find out. And so that is my intention with the Pixel arsenal. And I don't know if I'll end up keeping all of them or trying to sell them or, you know, whatever. But that's my intention, and that is what I am very curious to find out. Wow. Marco, Visible or Total Wireless? Marco, I personally would probably sign up for Visible because I think they have a better mobile app and they support the Apple Watch, which is really nice. Total Wireless, Total supports tablets. They have an awesome tablet add-on. Let's actually get that on stream. That is crazy good. Total Wireless tablet plan. I mean, I would almost consider it more than... I mean, I would use a tablet plan more than I would use a watch plan is what I'm trying to say. $10 for unlimited data, 5 gigs of hotspot. Oh, it's just so good. It is so good. So between the two, I do think Visible has a better app. At least they did when I tested these last. Total Wireless, great value, especially if you do the BYOD and you can grab the tablet. So I think if you have multiple lines, I'd lean more towards Total Wireless, or you want that tablet. If you want the watch or you want just like a better app, I'd lean a little bit more towards Visible. I think I personally really value having a nice app. So at the moment, I would lean towards Visible myself. Looking forward to the Pixel video. Me too. It'll be a lot of work, but it'll be good. Yeah, Visible is set up for the solo flyer. All right. The highest priority on Darkstar that is available to consumers is QCI 7. That is available, I guess, technically through AT&T with the AT&T Turbo add-on. On US Mobile, the current highest priority available is QCI 8 on Darkstar. That is just considered regular priority on AT&T. Same as AT&T Unlimited Premium PL and Unlimited Extra EL. All right. With that, I think we're going to call it because we are at the 2-hour mark, and I want to read and then go to bed. And I'm reading The Martian right now by Andy Weir, and it is very good. So I'm stoked to dive in and see what kind of shenanigans Mark is getting into tonight. But either way, thank you all so much for tuning in to another epic live stream. I will put the resources in the chat that we covered. So I'll have to fix a couple of them because we made some adjustments for that 20% off. But cheapest way to get a new Pixel every year. This one is labeled personal use, so I'm going to hang on to that one. But the other ones, I'll be sure to find and throw in the chat. Cheapest way to get a new iPhone every year. View only, make a copy, play around with it, see what everything comes out to. But that's gonna be it. So thank you all for tuning in to this epic Monday Labor Day live stream. Go download the all new Coverage Map application for both iPhone and Android. The new update is just incredible. I think you're really gonna love it. So check that out. It's free. I'll link it in the description as well. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much, and I will see you next Monday. All right, bye guys.